So first I started off by tracing the circle onto the foam, and you can make it as big or as small as you want. And then once you've done that, you want to start cutting this out. So here is what it looks like so far. And you basically just want to keep making straight cuts all the way around it until it is as smooth as possible. And then what you want to do is you want to smooth off the top, so you just want to make curved cuts all the way around it like so. And then you just want to smooth off the edges, or just around the circle. So I'm just going to finish this. So here's what it looks like once I've finished smoothing off the top. So I just tried to make it as smooth as possible. And I also rounded off the bottom part as well. But you want to leave the bottom part flat. And next what I did was I drew a line going all the way around the bottom part of the squishy. And then you just want to cut off the pen lines like so, just really carefully. And then what you want to do is you want to cut some straight lines going all the way around the cake. So you just want to just cut off small pieces like so. So that it looks like this. So I'm just going to, so once you've done that, here is what it should look like. And next what I did was I took some more foam and I cut out two heart shapes, and you want to make one a bit smaller than the other, and then you just want to cut out a smaller heart inside of those. And then what you want to do is you just want to cut lines all the way around the heart like so. So that it looks something like this. And then once you've done that, you want to glue them onto the cake, but you want to make sure that they overlap slightly like this. So I'm just going to do that and I'll be right back. So here's what it looks like once I glued on the hearts. And I just cut off part of this heart just to make it look like it's like overlapped, if that makes sense. And then what I did was I started making the roses. So what you want to do is you just want to take some more foam and you just want to draw on just a small circle, and it's okay if it doesn't look perfect. And then you just want to cut around the shape. So just like this, and then you just want to start cutting off random pieces like so. To make it look more like a rose. So I'm just going to cut up some more in the middle. So just like that, and you want to make at least 8 of these. Whoops. And then you just want to glue them onto the cake, and I'm just going to be using this image here for help. So I'm just going to do that. So here is what it looks like once I finish gluing on all of the roses. So I just used this image here as reference. And I think it looks pretty good so far. So now we can start painting it. So next what I did was I mixed some white and a little bit of this pastel pink paint together, and I just painted the whole squishy. And then what I did was I just mixed in a bit of this magenta pink colour and also a little bit of purple, and I painted the hearts and the roses on top of the cake just to make them a little bit darker. And I also did the same thing for the bottom part of the cake as well. So now moving on to the next step. So next what I did was I used my light green puffy paint to paint on the leaves. And then I just used my dark green puffy paint for the details. And I know they came out a little bit messy, but that's okay. And then what I did was I used my dark pink puffy paint just to paint on some dots in the centre of the hearts, as you can see. And I did also mess up here as well, but that's okay because I can just fix that when it's dry. So now moving on to the next step. So lastly what I did was I used my light pink puppy paint to paint on the design at the bottom of the cake. So you basically just want to paint a line going all the way around the cake, and then you just want to paint on some dots. And again, mine came out a little bit messy because it is quite difficult painting small details with puppy paint, but I'm still pretty happy with it. So now you just want to let this dry and then your squishy will be done. So here it is once it is all dry. And I ended up repainting on the design at the bottom, as you can see. And I know it still doesn't look exactly like the real one, but I think it looks a little bit better than before. And I really like how the design came out on the top. I think it's really cute. And by the way, one thing I forgot to mention is you do not have to do the pink cake design if you don't want to. You can do the white cake design if you want to. Or you can just do whatever colours you want for yours. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, please feel free to request some more squishy tutorials or video ideas you'd like me to do in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and happy Valentine's Day. Bye bye.